Hello students, in environmental studies subject, we will going to discuss the topic aquatic ecosystem, where basically we discuss the freshwater ecosystem. The aquatic ecosystem deals with the water bodies. The major types of organisms found in aquatic environments are determined by the water salinity. In aquatic systems, plants and animals live in water. These species are adapted to live in different types of aquatic habitats. The special abiotic features are its physical aspects such as the quality of water, which includes its clarity, salinity, oxygen content and rate of flow. Aquatic ecosystem may be classified as being a stagnant ecosystem or a running ecosystem. The mud, gravel or rocks that forms a bed of aquatic ecosystem alter its characteristics and influence its plant and animal species. The aquatic ecosystems are classified into freshwater ecosystem and marine ecosystem. Freshwater ecosystems are classified into two water ecosystems, running water ecosystem, example rivers, streams, while second class of freshwater ecosystem is standing water ecosystem, example is pond and lake. Now, first we will discuss the pond ecosystem. A pond is a freshwater aquatic ecosystem where water is stagnant and it receives enough water during rainy seasons. It contains several types of algae, aquatic plants, insects, fishes and birds. The pond is the simplest aquatic ecosystem to observe. There are differences in pond that is temporary and has a water only in the monsoon, and a large tank or lake that is in an aquatic ecosystem throughout the year. Most ponds become dry after the rains and are over and covered by a terrestrial plants for the rest of the years. When a pond begins to fill during the rain, its life forms such as algae and microscopic animals. Aquatic insects, snails and worms come out of the floor of the ponds, where they have remained dormant in the dry phase. Gradually, more complex animals such as crabs, frogs and fish return to the pond. The vegetations in water consist of floating weeds and rooted vegetations on the periphery, which grow on the muddy floor under water and emerge out of the surface of the water. As the ponds fill in the monsoon season, a large number of food chains are formed. Next, we discuss structure and functions of pond ecosystem. There are two components of pond ecosystem, abiotic components and biotic components. Abiotic components are the physical environment, inorganic nutrient, organic compounds. While the biotic components are, first is the producers. This includes the green photosynthetic organism. There are two types, phytoplankton and microphytes. Phytoplanktons are a small, minute, floating or suspended lower plants. Microphytes are the rooted, larger plants which are partly or completely submerged, floating and emergent hydrophytes. Second biotic components are consumers, where the first class is primary consumers or a zooplankton. These are microscopic animals which freely float on surface of the water. Zooplanktons are found along with phytoplanktons. They feed on plants. Secondary consumers are also known as carnivores. The insect-like water beetles and a small fish, they feed on zooplankton. The third class of consumers is tertiary consumers. These tertiary consumers are feed on a secondary consumers. For example, larger fish, frog, duck, aquatic birds are the examples of tertiary consumers. Third, biotic components of pond ecosystems are decomposers. These are also called micro-consumers as they feed on dead organic matter. They bring about the decomposition of complex dead organic matter of plants and animals. They are chiefly bacteria, fungi, and actinomycetes. After discussing the structure of pond ecosystem, the next part is function of pond ecosystem. The aquatic ecosystem perform many important environmental functions. They recycle nutrients, purify water, recharge groundwater, and provide a habitat for wildlife. Aquatic ecosystems are also used for human recreation and are very important to the tourism industry. In forest ecosystem lecture, we have already discussed the ecological pyramids for terrestrial ecosystem. In this lecture, we will going to discuss the ecological pyramids for aquatic ecosystems, which are slightly differ from the ecological pyramids of terrestrial ecosystem. The first ecological pyramid is upright pyramid of number in aquatic ecosystem. In pond ecosystem, the number of organisms decreases gradually from the first trophic level of the last tropical level. Thus, the pyramid of number in pond ecosystem is upright. In forest ecosystem, the shape of pyramid is rhomboidal. A single large tree represents the producers. Many food-eating birds, herbivores, animals depends on this tree. Thus, number of primary consumers is more than the number of producers. Thereafter, the number of secondary and tertiary consumers decreases progressively. The second ecological pyramid is the pyramid of biomass in aquatic ecosystem. In aquatic habitats, the biomass of trophic level depends upon reproductive potential and longevity of its members. In pond, the number of producers, algae, is very large, but their biomass is the least of all. Being very small in size, the amount of biomass continue to increase with primary, secondary and tertiary trophic level. Thus, the pyramid of biomass in pond ecosystem is inverted. The third ecological pyramid is a pyramid of energy. The pyramid of energy in terrestrial and aquatic ecosystems are the same. In graphical representation, the amount of energy trapped per unit time and area in a different trophic level of food chain, with producer forming a base while carnivores forms the tip. This is the most ideal and fundamental way of representing energy relationship between organism and different trophic level. In every ecosystem, only producers have a capacity to use energy from the sun and convert it to food system. The energy converts in chemical form and gets stored inside the organic matter manufactured by producer. The energy in the form of food transfer from one trophic level to another. Thus, the flow of energy is always unidirectional. As the energy passes into higher trophic level along with food, its amount decreases because its heat and use in overcoming entropy as well as for performing a various body activities. The amount of energy that reaches the next trophic level is less than it was present in the earlier trophic level. Therefore, the amount of energy decreases with each higher trophic level. Such pyramid would be straight or upright in all the ecosystem. The next freshwater ecosystem example is lake ecosystem. Lake ecosystem is the standing freshwater ecosystem. A lake ecosystem functions like a giant permanent pond. A large amount of its plant material is algae, which derives the energy from the sun. This is transferred to microscopic animals which feed on the algae. There are fish that are herbivorous and are dependent on algae and aquatic weeds. The small animals such as snails are used as a food by a small carnivorous fish, which in turns are eaten by a larger carnivorous fish. Some specialized fish such as catfish feed on detritus on muddy bed of lake. There are some important types of lakes. Oligotrophic lakes, they have low nutrient concentration. Second type is eutrophic lakes. They are overnourished by nutrients like nitrogen and phosphorus. Third, diastrophic lakes, they have low pH, high humic acid content and brown waters. Fourth one is volcanic lakes. They received water from magma after volcanic eruptions. Fifth one is meromitic lakes. They are rich in salts. And last is artificial lakes. They are created due to the construction of dams. Next we will discuss zones of lake depending upon their depth and distance from the shore. Lakes consist of 4 distinct zones. Littoral zones, it is the top layer of the lake and it has the shallow water. Second zone, limnatic zone. Next to littoral zone is limnatic zone where effective penetration of solar light takes place. The deep open water zone is the profundal zone where it is too dark. The zone which is found at the bottom of the lake is benthate zone. This is the schematic representation of zones of lake. Littoral zones, limnatic zones, profundal zones and the last zone is benthic zones. Structure of lake ecosystem consists of 2 components, abiotic components and biotic components. Abiotic components are physical environment, inorganic nutrient, organic compound, while the biotic components are producers. They are green plants, may be a submerged, free-floating and amphibious. Second biotic components are consumers. Primary consumers are zooplankton, feed on phytoplankton. Secondary consumers are carnivores. They feed on zooplankton. While in tertiary consumers, the large fishes feed on smaller fish. The third biotic components are decomposers. Bacteria, fungi, actinomycetes are the decomposers. Decompose the dead plants and animals. After covering a standing water ecosystem, next I will present the running water ecosystem. Examples, rivers and streams ecosystem. The running water of stream or a river is usually well oxygenated because it absorbs the oxygen from the air. The number of animals are low in river or stream. The streams and river are flowing water ecosystem in which all the living forms are specially adapted to different rates of flow. Some plants and animals such as snails and other burrowing animals can withstand the rapid flow of the hill streams. Other species of plants and animals such as water beetles and skaters can live only in slowly moving water. The deforestation occurs in the hills. The water in the streams that once flowed throughout the year becomes seasonal. This leads to flash floods in the rains and shortage of water once the streams dry up after the monsoon. The community of flora and fauna of streams and the rivers depend on the clarity, flow and oxygen, as well as the nature of their beds. The stream or a river can have a sandy, rocky, muddy bed, each type having its own species of plants and animals. Structure of river or stream ecosystem consists of two components, abiotic components such as physical environment, inorganic nutrient and organic compound, temperature, light, pH, nutrient. These are the abiotic components of river or stream ecosystem. The second biotic components are producers, phytoplanktons, algae, water grasses, aquatic masses and other amphibious plants are a producer. Then next biotic components are primary consumers, secondary consumers and tertiary consumers, where the primary consumers feed on phytoplankton, secondary consumers feed on primary consumers, while the tertiary consumers, that is large fishes, feeds on small fishes. The next biotic components of river or stream ecosystems are decomposers. Bacteria, fungi and actinomycetes are the decomposers for these ecosystems. They decompose the dead animals and plants. Due to the unwanted mankind habits, create a stress on an aquatic ecosystem. A stress on an aquatic ecosystem can be result of physical, chemical or biological changes into the environment. Biological organisms found in aquatic ecosystem are either autotrophic or heterotrophic. Physical changes includes the change in water temperature, water flow. Abiotic environment factor of aquatic ecosystem includes temperature, salinity and flow. So these are all enlisted stress on an aquatic ecosystem throughout the world. So here I am going to discuss some multiple choice questions regarding to this topic. The first question, how many types of aquatic ecosystem are there? There are two types of aquatic ecosystem, freshwater ecosystem and marine ecosystem. Second question, where can we find both running water as well as stagnant water? In freshwater ecosystem, we find the running water as well as standing or stagnant water ecosystem. Third multiple choice question is, which is the simplest aquatic ecosystem? The pond is the simplest aquatic ecosystem. Thank you.